The assassination of President John F. Kennedy triggered a 10-month federal commission, utilized modern forensic analysis, and eventually generated over 60,000 unsealed documents. Yet despite this massive collection of data, public polling consistently shows that a vast majority of Americans reject the government's official conclusion. We know the baseline physical reality. On Friday, November 22, 1963, the president was fatally shot by a sniper while riding in a motorcade through Dealey Plaza in Dallas, Texas. Less than 2 hours later, Vice President Lyndon B. Johnson took the oath of office aboard Air Force One. A traumatized nation watched a sudden, chaotic transfer of power and desperately demanded stability and clear answers. The government attempted to provide that certainty right away. But over the following days and years, federal agencies rushed medical procedures, allowed their primary suspect to be murdered in police custody, and actively hid intelligence from their own investigators. The failure to protect the president was severe, but the institution's mishandling of the aftermath created a deep void of public trust. It laid the precise groundwork for modern American conspiracy theories. Following the shooting, investigators traced the source of the gunfire to the nearby Texas School Book Depository, determining that shots from a sixth-floor window struck both Kennedy and Texas Governor John Connally. Within hours, Dallas police arrested a 24-year-old former Marine named Lee Harvey Oswald. Up on the sixth floor, they recovered an Italian Carcano bolt-action rifle bearing Oswald's partial palm print. 10 months later, the federal investigation, known as the Warren Commission, delivered an 888-page report concluding that Oswald acted entirely alone. But the commission's timeline hit a strict mechanical limit. Home movie footage captured by bystander Abraham Zapruder showed Kennedy and Connally reacting to their non-fatal wounds less than 2.5 seconds apart. That reaction time is faster than the bolt-action rifle could be physically reloaded and fired twice. This 3D diagram maps the single bullet theory. One bullet entered Kennedy's neck, struck Connally's chest, shattered his wrist, and lodged in his thigh. Skeptics rejected this geometry, arguing a bullet couldn't cause that much damage across two bodies and emerge intact, labeling it the magic bullet. When authorities present a complex, counterintuitive explanation to a grieving public, and do so with heavy secrecy, citizens inevitably begin to seek their own answers. The government's prime suspect never answered these mechanical questions in court. While in police custody, Oswald completely denied the shooting, telling reporters he was being set up as a patsy. 2 days later, local nightclub operator Jack Ruby shot and killed Oswald as police escorted him through the basement of Dallas Police Headquarters. Millions watched the execution happen live on national television. The forensic evidence was compromised almost immediately. Kennedy's body was transported to Bethesda Naval Hospital in Maryland, where White House staff and the Kennedy family heavily pressured the medical team to speed up the post-mortem examination. The two naval doctors assigned to lead the autopsy lacked specialized forensic training. In their rush, they failed to dissect the neck and back wounds or determine the exact entry and exit angles of the gunshots relative to the body's axis. The handling of the physical material was equally erratic. Years later, when the Kennedy family transferred materials to the National Archives, the president's preserved brain, a crucial piece of ballistic evidence, was found to be completely missing. A suspect murdered in police custody and a botched, incomplete autopsy effectively erased the line between bureaucratic incompetence and an orchestrated cover-up in the minds of the American public. By the mid-1970s, the Watergate scandal prompted the Senate to form the Church Committee to investigate long-rumored abuses across federal intelligence agencies. The committee revealed that the CIA and FBI had deliberately withheld critical intelligence from the original Warren Commission. Most notably, they hid evidence of repeated CIA-led plots to assassinate Cuban leader Fidel Castro, some of which involved the mafia. In 1979, the House Select Committee on Assassinations released a new report that stunned the nation. They concluded Kennedy was likely assassinated as a result of a conspiracy, determining there was a high probability that two separate gunmen fired at the president. The committee based this specific conclusion on acoustic analysis of a Dallas police radio dictabelt recording. However, the Justice Department and the National Academy of Sciences later re-examined that audio and completely debunked the evidence of a second shooter. Though the dictabelt recording fell apart under scrutiny, the revelation that intelligence agencies lied to investigators destroyed the public's baseline trust in the federal government. Over the decades, researchers have proposed thousands of alternative theories, frequently pointing to an infamous grassy knoll shooter. Yet every subsequent major medical panel reviewing the photographs and X-rays has concurred that Kennedy was struck by shots fired from behind, pointing back to Oswald's location. This was the first time a national tragedy unfolded as a live televised broadcast. Millions of viewers were pulled from their midday programs directly into a state of sudden horror, setting a new precedent for how Americans process collective trauma through a screen. The investigative errors and classified files did more than fuel rumors. They established a pattern of public skepticism. For many, the government's failure to provide a transparent, airtight explanation became the default lens for judging all future official statements. That intense scrutiny endures. Even today, presidents well into 2025 have been forced to sign executive orders slowly releasing the final, lingering batches of classified assassination records. The events in Dallas didn't end with Oswald's death or the Warren report. By leaving so many mechanical and procedural questions unanswered, the institutions created a lasting template for modern doubt, one where the official record is no longer the final word, but the starting point for suspicion.